Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 8 of the Hotel Management English class. So, this is exam week. Now, this video this week is just going to explain how to do the midterm exam. Now, I know I did a lot of this last week, so some of you might feel comfortable that you already know exactly how to do the midterm exam. That's great. On you go and you can start. Some of you still might be uncertain and looking for some more information. Well, I can give you that today. So, just quickly, as far as I know, our in-class lessons are due to start in week 10. Yay, which is great. But this could still change. Let's hope it doesn't. So your midterm exam, you are going to do two things. Submit a script and submit a video. So the script will go to the e-learning website and the video you will send to my email. So things that can help you for the exam, some of the documents from the e-learning website, certainly some of the class handouts. I think last week's class handout is going to be very useful because we went over each of the types of questions and you got a good chance to practice. So a lot of that language is going to be the same for the exam. So that's going to be very, very useful. I told you all of this last week. So the aim is to test the understanding of the material taught in the textbook and in our class activities. So the three parts of the exam are all things that we've done in video lessons and assignments already. So it's just about practicing these things. So all the questions, as you know from last week, they're based on the topics that we've studied from the book. I will be expecting you to use the language that we practiced through the book and through the video lessons. So that's something that is important. So the exam is spoken and written. There'll be three parts. So one part is introductions, one is about making reservations, one is about the hotel bedroom. You will be making a video presentation and you'll be providing a written script. You will submit the script to the e-learning website. So basically the script is just the exam paper. And I'll be explaining how to do that. You will submit your video to me by email. Here is my email, j.payton@ymail.com. So I will post 6 different exam papers on the e-learning website. I will assign each student a number between 1 and 6, and that is the exam paper you will have to complete. You should complete the answers in the written part and upload the file to the e-learning website. Then you should record the video with the same answers and send it to my email. So let's look at the exam papers. So each student is going to be given a number. So let's say your number is 3. Well, if your number is 3, this is the exam that you do. Exam 3. So you'll see part 1. Now this is going to be the same in all of the papers. Everybody in part 1 will write their personal introduction. Then part 2, you are going to make some welcome statement and then ask me 3 questions. So, for example, exam 3, you have to ask me for the spelling of my name, the room type that I would like, and for my passport. Now, it's very important to remember formal English, not just what's your name, how do you spell your name, what room do you want. That's not formal English. So again, it's important to use the correct types of questions. And then you've got a picture of this hotel room here, and you need to describe that. So if you're doing exam number 3, if this is your number, what you want to do is delete exam. Oh, you want to delete. Oh, sorry. So we want to delete exam 1 and exam 2. Right, that's them deleted. So that leaves us with exam 3. We want to delete exam 4, 5, and 6. Delete. And that leaves you just with your one paper, exam number 3. So this is all I want you to submit. Please don't keep all of the other exam papers. Just delete those and keep your number, exam 3. So that would be the same. Let's say if you had exam number 6, well, if your exam is exam number 6, you want to delete number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that will leave you only with exam 6. There we go. And we'll notice here we've got a different bedroom to describe, and we've got different information here. So in exam 6, we're looking for you to give a welcome, then ask for my name, room type, and passport. We should notice as well, so exam 1 is looking for welcome, name, reservation dates, and payment methods. Different hotel room to describe. So all of the papers, part 2 and part 3, are different. Remember formal questions for part 2. In part 3, remember to describe the room. Try to use some prepositions to talk about the location of the items in the room. So, let's go back here. So, again, with the introduction, you are going to introduce yourself by giving 5 pieces of information. On top of those 5 pieces of information, you should start by saying hello, and you should end by saying thank you. So again, if I was introducing myself, hello, my name is James Payton. I live in Incheon in Korea. My major at university was English language and linguistics, and I chose to study my major because I have an interest in the form of English language. In my free time, I love to play guitar and watch movies. So, nice and simple. Give all of that information about yourself. In the second part, you will have to welcome me and then 3 different pieces of information. So 3 questions after the welcome. All of them should use formal English. So if we remember, we've studied this almost every week. Direct questions are not suitable for guests. So if we want to know where a guest lives, we don't say, where do you live? It's too direct. So if we remember different ways of asking the formal questions, could you tell me where you live, please? Or could you please give me your address? So there are nicer ways to ask for somebody's information. And would you mind telling me? Could you please? Can you? May I have? If you remember, those were all of the different types of formal questions we talked about before. So this is what we should be using in this part of the exam. Again, with the hotel bedroom, everybody will have a different hotel photo. You should answer the question. Now, we should be using some prepositions, but we can also describe other things in the room. So here I've described it's a large room, it looks comfortable, it looks nice. Maybe you could describe some of the colors in the room if you wanted as well. I just want you to try and describe what you see in the room, but you should try to use some prepositions as well to describe the location. So again, my example here, this is a large hotel bedroom with lots of useful items. There's a large double bed in the center of the room. There are two bedside tables on each side of the bed. There's a sofa near the window, and above the sofa there's a picture hanging on the wall. The bed looks very comfortable and there are plenty of pillows on it. I think this looks like a nice hotel room. So that's quite a good example of what I would expect you to write in your exam paper and then also to speak in your video presentation. So, submitting your assignment, I think it's a good idea to do the written assignment first. Yes, because that's going to be your script for your spoken test. Make sure you choose the correct exam paper. You can check which number on our Kakao group or at the end of this presentation. So I will send out all of the numbers. You can also see them in the video. Follow the instructions and complete the 3 parts. Submit your completed assignment to the e-learning website. So that is the written part. Again, when you're recording your video, make sure you've got the correct paper number. You can record your video on your phone or on your computer. I must be able to see your face clearly, so nothing like this. Hello, my name is... No. Nice and clearly, like I have on my video lessons. You can all see my face clearly. Try to speak clearly and smoothly. Make sure the video size is not too large. Remember, when you're sending your video file, name it like this. So I want your student number, and then your name, and then your class. And then if you've got any trouble sending it by email, you can send it to me through Kakao Talk. I don't think this is the best way, but if you're having bother with the email, that's the second way you could do it. Now, when it comes to grading your speaking, I'm going to do that in 4 different ways. First of all is comprehension, and that is, did you understand the tasks that I gave, and did you give relevant answers? So that's basically about looking at the paper and going, I need to do this. Have you done the correct thing? All right, so that's the first one, nice and easy. Next thing is fluency. Was your speaking smooth and did it use good intonation? So intonation is how your voice moves, maybe up and down. Your language use. Was your speech easy to understand with clear pronunciation? Now that's important, but this next part is very important. Good use of grammar and vocabulary. Well, in part two, I'm really looking for you to be using formal English. In part three, I'm looking for some good vocabulary about the items in the room and good grammar using your prepositions. And finally, detail. How much information did you give in your answers? If your answers are just very, very basic, short sentences, maybe not so good, but if you give a lot of detail in your answer, um, you'll get more points. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, here is a good example of an answer with a lot of detail. I'm telling you a lot of different things. So that's a kind of good example of the detail. Now, I will try to be generous in my scoring. I know a lot of you haven't been able to practice speaking English during the online classes. Usually we would be practicing this every week. We would be speaking. So I'm not going to be too hard on you with the scoring. I want everybody to pass. I want everybody to get a good score. However, there will be some differences in score. The people who do very well in all of these four things will get a higher score. But hopefully, I think nobody is going to get an F on this exam. As long as you try, as long as you do your best, everybody's going to get a passing score. So these are a list of the student names, student number, and your exam paper number. So in Class C, please find your name. Let's say, take Kim Soo-in here. You have exam paper number 1. So Soo-in, you would delete all of these and only do exam paper number 1. Minho, down here. Oh, Minho, you have got exam paper number 6. Gangmi has got number 1. Junji, you've got number 3. Hyorim, you've got number 2. So look down the list, find your exam paper number, only do that exam paper. These are the exam numbers for the D class. So Hee-won has got number 1 here. Daehoon, you're number 1. Choyan's got number 4. Chanse's got number 1. Minjong, number 4. And Sua, you're number 2. So check these carefully. Make sure you do the correct paper. So that's that. So that's everything I think you need to know about the exam. If you've got any questions, remember we can ask questions on the class Kakao group. You can also send me a personal message on Kakao or by email. Please make sure if you're uncertain about anything, ask. I don't want you to go, oh, I don't want to ask, and then you do your exam and you do something wrong. So if you're uncertain about anything, ask a question and I'll give you the answer. So everyone, thank you and good luck with your exam.